Hey guys, time for Weekly Weird News.
One of the best things about having done this show for so goddamn long is getting to follow up on stories that we covered long ago in the days of yore. Over 2 years ago, all the way back in July of 2015, the American robotics company Megabots Incorporated issued a challenge to the Japanese robotics company Suidobashi Heavy Industries. A duel between Megabots' Mark II fighting mecha robot and Suidobashi's Kuritas to see which company was truly the best in this apparently very real industry of manned mech robots, of which they're the only two companies, I think, actually doing it.
Yes, fighting humanoid mech robots, like those seen in countless anime and video games over the last few decades, which feature a cockpit and the pilot who controls the robot's movements. This kind of thing was going to be no longer a fantasy. It's no longer a fantasy, guys.
It's
We're
real.
here.
Still real to me.
The kids that grew up in the 70s and 80s watching anime and dreaming about having their own real-life mecha, a few of them grew up and actually pursued that from opposite ends of the vast Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, and what's the point of a mech without an enemy mech to fight it with? There isn't one. So the paths of these two companies, they were joined by fate. And all of us waited excitedly for the Mark II and the Kuritas to finally face each other in the first ever fight of its kind, which would surely live up to all of our vast expectations. And on Tuesday night, live on Twitch before an audience of like 180,000, it was ridiculous, the two mechs finally duked it out, and yeah, it was pretty fucking lame, actually.
Yeah, that's putting it
very,
lightly.
very, very lame. And we are all of us are stupid for ever thinking that it would be anything otherwise.
Right when it started, I said, this will not live up to anyone's expectations. Let's watch it anyway. We'll get to why this culmination of every weep's fantasy was such a tremendous disappointment in a moment, but first, some background for those of you who were lucky enough to have not been sucked into this giant con for the last 2 years. So, Suidobashi Heavy Industries and their Kuritas mech were unveiled back in 2012, developed in collaboration between a roboticist and an artist who readily admit that they did it out of love of anime. The Kuritas, which, while intended to be a fully functional realization of an anime fantasy, was seemingly never really intended to be anything but a case of, hey, look at this, guys. We actually fucking built this thing.
Yeah, pretty cool, huh? To be specific, they described Kuritas as an art project. Japan obviously loves the idea of mechs so damn much that just by wheeling this passion project around to conventions and trade shows and parades for demonstrations, they were gonna make most of their costs back. Oh, also, they apparently sell these damn things for $1,066,000 on Amazon.
Just 2-day delivery?
Instant buy.
Yeah.
And,
one click got me again.
I was drunk. But yeah, given how much Japan fucking loves mechs, they probably sold at least a few of these to rich dudes that have that kind of money to blow.
As long as one can come with a vagina.
Yeah. Well,
Like sex dolls.
Can you design mine custom with 2 seats, one for me and one for my pillow?
Yes.
But yeah, for all we know, Kim Jong-un probably has one of these and is reverse engineering it in preparation for World War III. But he is going to be disappointed.
Yeah, Megabots, on the other hand, was a lot more ambitious than Suidobashi right from the start. They didn't want to just show that a real-life mech was possible. They wanted to basically invent a new sport of real-life robot fighting. And even though anime isn't quite as popular over here as it is in Japan, the Megabots boys had no trouble raising their initial funds from Silicon Valley venture capital firms that are probably disproportionately full of successful weebs. A first investment round of around $4 million got them off the ground, and because both of Megabots' founders have been working in robotics and engineering for several years, that money was well spent on the Megabots Mark I, which couldn't do much, but did make quite a splash at a few conventions.
Eventually, Megabots realized that in order to keep the hype, and more importantly, the money coming in, they should set up some sort of actual mech fight, so they issued a challenge to Suidobashi Heavy Industries, their only competition, who accepted under the condition that the fight should feature melee combat in addition to the arm cannon projectiles already featured on both mechs. Both teams got to work on getting their mechs fight ready, and for Team Japan, that meant basically going full radio silence, not posting any updates on their website or YouTube page once the fight was agreed to, operating in secrecy.
Yeah, Megabots, on the other hand, took full control of the hype train. They took advantage of all their new media attention to launch a Kickstarter to raise funds for the overhaul that their mech would need, since it was apparently designed mostly for long-range paintball combat. They asked for $500,000, and they easily raised it on the crowdfunding platform because people like throwing money at stupid things. Then they set about documenting their entire process on YouTube via an ongoing series of slickly produced videos in the vein of Mythbusters.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
The videos, while very interesting, should have been everyone's red flag that this fight was not going to be nearly as cool as it sounded on paper, because it highlighted just how dangerous an actual mech fight would be for the person piloting it inside of it. In order to ensure that the Mark III wasn't a death trap, they had to reinforce the hell out of its armor, but that of course meant that it was going to move even slower. Much of the process was simply finding a middle ground where nobody was going to die a horrible and totally preventable death, but also the mech would still be able to actually do anything that looked remotely cool.
Yeah, the whole process took a whole lot longer than expected. Initially, when the fight was agreed to, it was teased as something that would be happening within the next year. Very ambitious. It ended up taking more than twice that long, and even the updated schedule of having the fight go down in August of this year didn't work out. Well, okay, it might have taken place back in August. We're not totally sure, but we do know that Tuesday night's live stream was anything but live. Megabots admitted to this in a press release leading up to the fight, explaining that the fight was actually spread out over several days to allow for teams to repair the mechs. Boring!
Yeah, and after actually watching the fight, it seems they also chose to pre-record the fight so that they could edit it down into something that wasn't painfully short and boring.
I still think they missed the mark on that point.
They tried their best. And we don't mean just cutting the boring parts out of the actual fight. We mean adding a fuck ton of exposition and hype and analysis into the stream, seemingly taking a page right out of the professional boxing playbook where, a 30-minute fight takes 4 hours. The giant robot duel live stream, it was just 27 minutes long, and it featured what we roughly estimate to be around 4 minutes of actual robot fighting.
Do you consider fighting just rolling forward?
I included the rolling, yes.
The rules were simple. A team would win when they managed to get the other team's mech to either fall over, become disabled, or have its pilot surrender. There would not be 1, but 2 mech fights, because while Megabots had completely designed their newest mech from the ground up, they still wanted to see how their older model would do against Kuritas. So that was the first fight, and it literally consisted of Kuritas extending its arm and driving towards its opponent at around 8 miles per hour and immediately knocking it over. Wow. Captivating. One Punch Man.
It was
The hero.
I mean, at that point, it's like, okay, this is lame, but I want to see how they drag this out. Because holy shit.
Yeah.
But hey, that was just Megabots wanting to give their old model a shot in the ring. Surely their new, obnoxiously American Eagle Prime mech would bring at least a little bit more excitement to the match, right?
Sure.
Well, yes, but not by much. Also, both teams clearly agreed that for this one, they'd both show off and put some more flair into the whole thing. Eagle Prime started things off by shooting paintballs and knocking over a bunch of barrels. And Karatas, for no discernible reason or purpose, launched a quadcopter drone towards Eagle Prime, which was immediately swatted out of the air as if it presented any actual threat.
Yeah.
The drone then started leaking smoke. Maybe it was intended to block Eagle Prime's view with a smoke bomb. Either way, it didn't work.
Here's what I was saying about this. This is okay. First of all, where did this fucking thing launch from? Obviously, it's on the ground behind the fucking net.
Yeah, where's the drone slot?
Second of all, drones are incredibly versatile. They, when driven by a qualified pilot, which was certainly the case here,
just lifted
literally have an infinite amount of range in motion.
Yeah, it just flew right up to the arm.
It flew and just hovered there
Yeah.
and waited for the arm to knock it down.
Yeah.
That is, even a kid who has never operated a drone before, if you gave him that and said, avoid the arm, it would be very easy to do. This was a complete setup. Also, they would not smoke like that. It was clearly a smoke bomb that was like attached and timed.
But that's like, I think maybe it was intended
All right,
as a smoke bomb.
Let's set up the drone so it's stuck on the hood of the Eagle Force, whatever, and then we'll launch the smoke bomb. And it was fucking garbage.
It was just incredible. Also, how many camera angles they managed to get, especially from like opposite angles where there was no person over there when we were looking over here.
Yeah.
And they just, they're fast. They got in the shot. They got the shot.
That's the thing.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Maybe they were wearing camouflage. I don't know.
Both teams then took turns knocking over cars and various other debris in the arena for also no apparent reason before they joined in the middle for some close combat and almost immediately got stuck to each other after just a few blows. So the fight was reset and another 10 minutes or so of analysis passed before things could start up again. Our theory is that at this point, everyone involved saw how disappointing this was all turning out, and they decided to go full pro wrestling with it, with choreographing the whole thing so that they could give viewers just a few short minutes of actual potential entertainment after hyping this mess for over 2 years.
So in this round, Kuritas had finally deployed its paintball Gatling gun, which, while cool looking, didn't do jack shit because they're fucking paintballs. Also, they were like, this thing shoots 2,000 rounds a minute, and I'm like, I see like 10 paintballs there. Also, firing this thing off indoors with people nearby seems dangerous.
Well, when I saw it, it was like there were orange paintballs. So I'm like, oh, is it actually firing bullets? That'd be cool. But then it's like you look at the camera angle of the other one getting shot, and it's like, oh, there's a person back there holding a camera. Are we to believe that this
they had
robot
GoPros attached.
Are we to believe that this robot? No, it was behind the other robot.
Oh.
Is in the direct fire.
Hey, camera boy. Hey,
Get out there and die.
New guy. Callum, get
This is hazing. Yeah, it was just paintballs, which, okay, you're thinking, what could paintballs do to a robot? Fucking nothing, and that's what happened.
Yeah, if they aimed it at Eagle Prime's cockpit windows to obscure the American pilot's view, that's something. But no, they shot aiming down at its legs for like 10 seconds, and then they abandoned the idea.
Well, this sucks.
Conveniently allowing Eagle Prime, in a totally unexpected move, to improvise and pick up some of the arena's own lighting scaffolding and spin it around like a shield once Kurdos started firing paintballs again. Wow, amazing. And it blocked all
and
the
it was
paintballs.
so fluid. It was like natural how it picked up the thing and started blocking it,
Yeah.
and, without giving Kuritos too much time to react and defend itself.
The Japanese guy's like, well, let's just see what he's doing over there.
Yeah,
Let's
hold on.
hold our fire while it's turned away from us.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Real wrestling is at least like something's happening. This is literally like chess where they're like, all right, your move. I'll wait.
Turn-based robo combat.
Turn-based mech combat. It would have been one thing if he grabbed the lighting rig and like ripped it apart and it was like, and then he like shocked everyone inside the other robot. I mean, that'd be cool.
That's the thing, though. They didn't want anyone to die.
Without faking the entire thing, this is never gonna not be lame.
Yeah.
Get the people out of there. Run it by remote control.
That's what I'm saying.
Listen. Also, isn't it just crazy how easily that scaffolding just sort of fell apart there? And how there was so much smoke and dust?
Wow.
Guys, that was just a preview of what happens next when both mechs got into a game of Robo Sumo and somehow ended up drifting over to the area where the announcers were sitting, forcing them to flee for their lives, escaping just seconds before the mechs crashed into that set of scaffolding, immediately collapsing it with even more sparks and smoke than ever before.
Wow, this is dangerous. Those people almost died.
And the crowd went mild. Wow.
Well,
Anyway,
there was no crowd because this took 3 days to film.
We're very tired. Please let us go home. Anyways, the Eagle Prime started chainsawing Kuritos' shoulder, and after about 10 seconds, the ref called to stop the fight. Stop the fight!
Stop
That
the fight!
mech has a family!
It's gonna cost too much to repair that part. Stop the fight.
We're gonna have to kickstart this thing all over again, and once people find out how lame it is, there's no way.
So, yeah.
Victory to America.
We did it.
Yeah.
It's good to win one. It's been a rough year, guys.
Yeah, it's,
So, yeah, I mean,
we always win. Every battle that America's won has been a technicality.
take that, Japan. That's 2-0.
Yeah. Well, the best was the announcer is just like, I know about robots, and this is a dangerous situation.
I love the MMA guy, the technical commentator.
Yeah.
There was parts where he literally just described word for. It was like he was doing closed captioning for the blind.
He's like, I don't know what you guys want me to do. This is boring as fuck.
And he's
Just say
doing
what's
the
happening.
thing with the chainsaw, and it could do something.
This is Hollywood's fault. They got us all built up with Real Steel
That's
and
the thing, yeah.
Real Steel and Pacific Rim, Godzilla.
And all these fucking nerds from the 80s, they grew up and they were like, I will make science fiction real.
Well, also the thing is like, I mean, me and you were both talking about this. You saw it too. I saw it. I think you said you saw it too.
I caught the second half of it live.
No, in the 80s, I went and saw Truckosaurus, which
Truckzilla.
it was so much better than this.
Yeah.
And this is 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It was great. It eats the cars, breathes fire everywhere.
Monster Jam, they're coming to Anaheim in January.
Are they bringing Truckosaurus?
I hope so.
This Truckosaurus would eat this thing for breakfast.
Yeah. They do it very slowly, but it
And
shoots
then
fire out of his
the
mouth.
best part about Truckosaurus is it turns into a truck and drives away.
that's
It's
right.
a real transformer, and it's been around for 30 years.
This has been perfected
Yeah.
by the South.
It's a fucking joke. Yeah, a couple of rednecks built this thing years ago.
Yeah, what do you mean? A mech? That's what you call it, a mech? No,
Yeah.
that's Truckzilla. It transforms into a truck and shoots fire out of his T-Rex mouth.
It also rips cars
It
apart.
eats old cars.
Go fuck yourself, mechs.
So, yeah, I mean, yeah, the whole mech battle of the century, it was short, anticlimactic, and lame as hell.
Yeah.
Although we can't put too much blame on either of the mech companies, though, because, I mean, hey, at least they set out to accomplish a goal, and they did it. I mean, they put 2 manned mech robots in an arena, had them fight using a variety of weapons and attacks previously only seen in fiction. They could have decided, I don't know, a year ago that we fucked up. Sorry, guys. But they followed through.
Yeah.
The blame really rests on all of us for thinking that this was going to be anything more exciting than what actually happened.
Yeah.
Because, guys, despite all of the science fiction that has become science fact in front of our eyes, year after year after year, we were dissatisfied. We just had to have a fucking mech fight. Regardless of how wildly impractical the whole thing clearly would be.
Oh, the best part was I said that night to you, or I think I might have said it on stream, but it was like, you know what would have been fucking awesome is if randomly in the middle of it, when it was shooting, like they had one of the guys that was working on it run out in like a lab coat, like, no, it's lost control, and he had squibs all over his body, so they just started exploding like RoboCop, like he was just getting fucking shot to death.
If you're gonna do the WWE route, just fucking
the
go
Twitch
for it.
chick. Imagine the Twitch chat.
Oh,
if a
shit.
dude is like, it looks like he's being ripped to shreds by this fucking thing.
Just turn it into like the Waterworld show at Universal Studios. Like
that would have been so
I don't
much
care
better.
that that's not real.
We already know it's fake. That's the thing. You get like an amputee and you put some fake limbs on him and have him fucking run out there.
The old Chris Angel tricks. Yeah, that would be fucking awesome.
Jesus Christ, that man is
Oh
dead.
my god. But the fight must go on.
We gotta continue. All right, we need a break to remove the
We
human
made a
body
promise
parts.
to finish this fight.
We need to redo it.
Wheel out the corpse.
We need to redo this, but if they're gonna involve humans, the humans have to be ripped apart by these fucking monsters. Yeah, anyways, continuing on. These two mechs, they could have easily provided a ton of actual entertainment if they'd simply removed the prerequisite of having an actual person inside of them. If they'd been remote controlled instead of manned, they could have fucked each other up without the fear of accidentally murdering someone, and that would have been infinitely more entertaining. There is no reason to put a human inside.
No
of it.
reason. You're in the same room as it. Why do you have to be inside of it?
You could just literally just seal off the place, put a bunch of GoPros in there, and then just like that way no one can get harmed.
Yeah.
Let them duke it out till one's dead.
You fire and everything, bombs.
Anyways, BattleBots has been doing this for years at a smaller scale, and it is infinitely more entertaining than this. Those robots actually murder each other. So
Yeah, you know,
nice.
anything's as big or small as you want it to be through a camera's lens.
Well, that's the thing. Also, they let people like fuck with the set, so it'd be like there's a random spring that shoots up or something like that.
Yeah. Go wild with it. This is an idea that's absurd.
Yeah.
It's patently absurd. Why you gotta try to make it real? Have fun with it.
Yeah.
Anyway, similarly, if they weren't so hung up on making the robots actually fight each other, they could have competed at other stuff like seeing how many cars or barrels or whatever each mech could destroy in a set amount of time.
Yeah.
Truckzilla has been doing this shit for fucking 30 years now, and it's still plenty entertaining, even if it isn't fighting another second Truckzilla.
I mean, that would be cool.
Hey man, you know what would be cooler than one Truckzilla? Two Truckzillas fighting each other. And they're not manned, so it's fine.
Yeah. All you have to worry about is the 25,000 people in the audience.
It's true.
Oh God, he's turned his sights on the crowd.
The scaffolding's coming down, sparks are flying everywhere. That man is cut in half.
It would be great. It would be fucking great. Anyways, sure, it's entirely possible that with enough work back at the old drawing board, mech fighting could one day be a sport that people actually want. I doubt it in our lifetimes. But after this travesty of a live stream, does anyone actually want that anymore? And Monster Jam tickets, like we said, they're like $45. They've got that down to a science, and there's actual risk. Monster trucks have gone off into the crowd and killed people.
Things happen.
Yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, sometimes the trucks fall on their back, but you know what?
They get right back up.
They got a maneuver for that. It's fucking cool.
And they do fucking backflips and shit now.
Oh,
They've
great.
really perfected it. They got grave diggers up there doing backflips and front
Burning
flips.
like 50 gallons of diesel in 5 minutes.
Yeah, smells great.
It's great.
Yeah.
That's what America smells like.
Sure. The WWE it's also on TV like 3 times a week, so there you go. You can watch that. Now, you might see true anime-worthy mech fights in our lifetimes, but we're not going to hold our breath.
No. Unless they take all of our notes, which are free.
Please! I mean, if you want us to come on as executive producers for this, I'm more than happy to do the next one.
You're not having fun with this. It's a mech fight. There's no reason this should exist. So let's just go wild with it.
Do it right. Hire amputees.
Hire a bunch of amputees. Put squibs on a man in a lab coat. Oh my god!
That man is dead! Twitch chat's just fucking freaking out. Banned! Ruined!
Team Japan's lead engineer, Dr. Sakamoto, has been tragically killed in the ring. But the fight must go on. That's what Dr. Sakamoto would have wanted.
His wife is crying on the sidelines. Edit in a little like sad tear that like appears.
Yeah, and you know what? Give the franchise to Japan.
Yeah.
Let them handle.
They're already
all the
doing all kinds of crazy reality show
They
stuff.
filmed it in Japan, but it looked like the crew was all American.
No, they
What
need
are you
like
doing?
they need two instead of the commentators, you get two Japanese people on each corner of the screen just going ah,
Yeah,
like
with
every other reality
their
show.
face just down the corner.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
And then let the Twitch chat decide how they're gonna destroy the robots. Like put
Twitch
one of those
play.
giant springs under one of the robots.
Yeah.
Oh, is Twitch gonna launch it?
These are all free.
You can
free
do whatever you
suggestions.
want. Anyways, we gotta get into headlines.
Yeah,
let's-
starting with, oh, what a weird coincidence.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz tweets Zodiac Killer confession, extending the internet's favorite meme. And I would say, ruining the meme.
Yeah.
Ted, you're not cool.
Yeah,
You're like the lamest person on earth.
After killing all of those people, he finally killed a meme as well.
Yeah, I guess I am the Zodiac Killer. I'm cool, kids. I look at porn just like you do.
Yeah, except the woman looks like my wife.
I
but
fire up twitter.com and look for porn accounts that have porn actresses that look remarkably similar to my wife, Heidi.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was weird. At first I was like, okay, he's been hacked.
No.
And this is great. But no, it was actually him.
It
And that
spawned from
made
a-
the joke
from a-
less funny.
It spawned from an incident where someone accidentally spilled Dr. Pepper on him. They're like,
Yeah.
well, you'd be nervous and accidentally spilling stuff too if you were sitting next to the man whose father killed Kennedy. And this is discourse in the fucking Senate.
He's taken because
Like, they're joking about his dad murdering Kennedy, and he jokes back that he's the fucking Zodiac Killer. And this is fucking the Senate.
he's trying to be relatable.
On twitter.com, a free website.
Ted Cruz is trying to be relatable. He lost. He had the presidency within his grasp, and he lost to
Right
a
there in
guy
his clammy
who
hands.
doesn't play by the rules, a guy who tells it like it is, speaks
Yeah.
his mind. So Ted Cruz is like, all right, I guess I better loosen up a little bit.
I mean, it worked.
Yeah,
Between this and the porn, he seems normal.
Yeah, the old porn-a-rooney. I mean, the guy's got to take every measure he can take. He's physically incapable of smiling. His smile is a frown. This is true. Look it up. He looks like he's wearing some sort of skin suit. He's younger than Gwen. He's younger than Gwen Stefani.
Yeah.
And Jared Leto, which is fucking weird.
Yeah.
Ted Cruz
Ted
needs all
needs
the
to grow
help
a
he
beard.
can.
He'd look great with a beard.
Ted Cruz with a goatee.
Looks like everyone's uncle. Hey, it's me, Unky Cruz.
Hey, if you guys need any assistant coaches for the Pee Wee football team, I'm free on Wednesday
And
nights.
I've got a clean record.
Run the background check.
You see if I care. Man held by Taliban for 5 years thought his captors were joking about Donald Trump being president.
Yeah, the rest of the story, I read it.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's really fucked up.
Yeah.
This guy him and
He
his
went through
family
hell.
went through an unspeakable hell.
Yeah.
It is like I don't even really want
It's
to get
hard-
into
no,
the
you
details.
can't laugh at
yeah,
this.
It's fucking
It's
terrible.
it's one of those scenarios that in any other reality, this would be a fictional story.
yeah.
And now it's real, and they're like, you can't be, you're not serious. Donald Trump's president?
Yeah. Like he assumed because they were kidnapped in 2012. So Donald Trump had previously
Oh, yeah.
sort of run for president, but it was just like a way to,
Up
keep
his
the
rating.
spotlight on him. And I'm sure Donald Trump, that was a big surprise for him, but I'm sure a bunch of other things, big surprise, oh man, now that I'm not kidnapped anymore, can't wait to check in with my favorite comedian, Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Can't wait to go watch a movie by my favorite Hollywood producer, Harvey Weinstein. Can't wait to
get home to a nice, calm place like America where nobody's a Nazi.
Yeah. And so on. I mean, this is worse than getting out of a coma. Because life went
Well,
on while he was still awake.
At least in a coma, you're not getting tortured and
Yeah.
terrible things aren't happening to your family.
It's real bad.
Yeah, it's a bad situation.
But
You should go read up on it.
yeah.
The Donald Trump thing is just a
It's a
minor
little-
side note.
Yeah, it's hey, let's try to find even the tiniest ounce of humor we can in this absolutely horrific story.
Yeah.
And they found it.
Yep, they did. Anyways, moving on. Man fed up with nagging wife hides in forest for 10 years. He wanted to prove a point, and he proved it.
He proved it. I don't understand the logic behind this at all. This is in Britain. He could have easily just gotten a divorce.
Yeah.
Instead, he moved into the woods for 10 years and didn't tell anyone where he was.
Like that movie, that Bryan Cranston movie.
Oh, yeah. When's that coming? That looks good.
Anyways, yeah, it wasn't that he wanted to. Yes, a normal person would get a divorce and just figure things out. This guy had a point to prove. He
Also, I think he probably just wanted to live in the fucking woods.
Also, yeah, he obviously didn't want anyone.
I think the wife thing was just like one little aspect of it.
I think he assumed that the entire world was a naggy bitch, not just his wife.
Oh, God.
Fucking Jesus.
Shut up.
Oh, God. If Britain can leave the European Union, I can leave and go into the fucking woods.
Yeah.
Although he came back and he's like, wait, what do you mean we're not in the union anymore? And Donald Trump's president?
No! Send me back!
I'm going back to the woods. I thought that things would be normal by now. Ugh.
God, the world's a big nag.
Yeah. Going away for a while is not, it does great things for your mental state, but the world keeps happening.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's true. Candidate falls for hoax, proposes drug-sniffing police bunnies.
This is like that movie, what's that movie called with the bunny cop?
Zootopia?
That's it. That SJW
Yeah.
tripe.
She thick, though.
Yeah, people have a weird sexual fetish for that rabbit.
And all cartoons. The
Yeah,
internet
they're weird.
sucks. It was a mistake.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, this candidate for mayor of somewhere in Pennsylvania, it's all this viral bullshit. It was an April Fool's joke by a nearby police department, and he saw it, and for like 2 years was like, if I ever get elected, we're gonna look into that. And brought this up at a fucking campaign stop.
Yeah.
That he owned up to. He's like, yeah, well, you make mistakes.
They had to fire a police dog recently because it wouldn't rat out people. Like they knew that the dog knew that drugs were in there, but it wouldn't like do the signal.
I know snitch.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, that's a good boy. They had to fire the dog.
Oh man. Oh no, I got fired. Now I get to just like live with a family and play with a ball all day. Oh no. Yeah, he probably. I mean, it was probably part of it. He didn't want to be no snitch, because he's.
Well,
from
I
the
think it was a
streets.
girl dog actually.
Oh,
good girl.
Yeah, good girl.
Yeah.
But then she's also just like, wait, you're telling me all these other dogs get to just like go on walks and go to the park all day and
Yeah.
like have no responsibilities?
Fuck cops.
You want me to go
Yeah.
sniff around these fucking poor people's houses to find drugs so I can lock them away for way too long?
Yeah.
I don't like this system. I'm out.
a noble
I
dog.
ain't no snitch.
Florida police apprehend suspicious iguana.
Not any normal iguana.
They're all suspicious.
Like, I don't know. Hey, is that an iguana over there?
He looked
Something
away.
about that iguana.
Every time I call that iguana's name, he looks the other way as
Why?
if he's not the one I'm looking for.
Why is that iguana wearing such baggy pants?
And he has a fake
are you
mustache on
hiding?
too. that iguana has a hoodie on.
Hold on now. I mean, we see iguanas walking around in urban areas all the time, but this one just had
Something
a
about
gut
that
feeling.
iguana.
And sure enough, we ran his numbers. He had a lot of priors.
Yeah, he did. Pooping all over the place.
It was a big fucking iguana, though.
Yeah.
Like that, iguanas get
Really
big.
yeah.
They get scary big. Yeah, I don't know. But this one was suspicious. Miami politician says aliens took her on a spaceship. Now she's running for Congress.
I mean, if you're gonna be one of
She
those,
tells it like it is.
that's true.
I like this lady. She's not
yeah.
afraid to talk about her alien experience.
You think she's trying to get up in the government so she can prove that aliens exist to let us all know?
I don't know. The weird thing is she didn't bring this up. They just found like multiple times like 10 years ago where she spoke at length about her alien abduction experiences. And and obviously, people are now curious about that. So,
There's a spaceship here right now.
yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I think that there are people in government that have done worse things than claim they were on a spaceship. So there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's harmless.
As long as she's got the
It
city,
does raise
as long
questions.
as she has the city, the local municipality's best interest in mind, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, I don't represent the space aliens. I represent the people of Miami.
I'd like to see who the opponent is. What's in their background?
Well, this is a primary. She has two much higher profile opponents.
Oh, so it's like an LA election where it's like
This is a Republican primary for a vacated
Angeline's
congressional-
running or something.
This is a congressional seat.
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
no, she's not gonna win.
Okay.
But I don't know. We'll see. I'm really curious to see how this affects her numbers. Does she get an alien?
I think she gets a boost.
Alien
Yeah.
boost? Like, yeah. She tells it like it is.
Mm-hmm.
She speaks her mind.
We all like it.
Mm-hmm.
Woman tests limits of hotel's pet policy by taking in her horse.
And they let her do it. The hotel lives by its word.
It's true.
Well,
There's gonna be a new rule there.
That
though.
horse is gonna shit all over the place, and we're gonna have to
This happened.
scrub the whole place clean. But you know what? We said pets welcome. So
by
bring her
God,
on in.
This is America.
This is America.
They called my bluff. Good on you. There's an episode of Bar Rescue where they have a horse in a bar. Like someone rides the horse into the bar to get like a drink. And John Taffer's like,
What are you doing? You're violating the health code.
if his head was gonna explode on any episode, it was that one. Stop! The horse is fucking slipping all over the place. Hooves on hard surfaces. They don't mix.
I want to see a Bar Rescue spinoff that would involve way less work. It would just be called John Taffer Health Inspector. Just him teaming up and being like a deputy health inspector, just going
doesn't
around
do
to
repairs,
various-
just closes them down.
just going in and being like, what the fuck? Da. You gotta kill somebody. All right, I'm done. I don't need to help you improve this.
Your place is fucked.
You're actually you shut down too.
Yeah. Japanese zoo mourns anime-loving celebrity penguin. Damn it. The penguin almost made it long enough to see those mechs fight.
Yeah. The story behind it, he literally had an anime girlfriend. Yeah. His ex-lover penguin, she apparently broke up with him. So
penguins are savage.
The zoo felt bad. They put this anime cutout in there, and he was just smitten with it.
Yeah.
He stood by his waifu's side until he died.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah. Man led troopers on chase because it was on his bucket list. Also, he was 46 years old. I could see if he was like 90, but no.
Let's get this out of the way now.
You never know when you're gonna
that
kick
way
bucket.
he's like, I can serve my time now and get out and do more shit.
That's true.
I don't want to die in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
That's thinking with your head. Can't die in prison if you commit all your crimes early. Unless it's a really serious one. Neo-Nazi and National Front organizer quits movement, opens up about Jewish heritage, comes out as gay. Did we ever expect it wouldn't end up this way?
Whoops, I've made some mistakes. Guys, turns out my 40 years as a white nationalist figurehead may have been a little counterproductive.
I decided to do the 23andMe. Turns out I'm gay and Jewish. I don't know how they tell it. They could tell I was gay, but there it is, right there on the paperwork. I guess I have to hang up my hat.
My
iron helmet.
Yeah, but I mean,
hey,
better late than never.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's on his bucket list. Just really want to suck a dude's dick.
And final headline, Icelandic pirate party minister of parliament forced to wear eye patch. Not like forced to by the government, like, oh, you're a pirate? You're gonna wear a fucking eye patch.
You have to wear these wigs, you gotta wear the eye patch.
No, she just like hurt her eye, so she's wearing an eye patch.
That's cool.
The headline makes it sound like they're like, all right, this pirate party's stupid. So if you guys actually want these jobs, you have to be actual pirates.
Yeah.
Put on your eye patch and your little fucking hat and cut off your leg and your hand. You want to be a pirate so bad? Be a fucking pirate.
You gotta wear a little puffin on your shoulder.
Yeah.
That's all the birds we have here.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's fine.
Get scurvy.
Hey, Iceland made it into the World Cup and we didn't, so
I know.
good on them.
I'm very sad about that, but also, it's nice actually knowing that we're not in it because now
We're just wasting time.
Yeah,
We're just wasting time in it
every
anyway.
single time it's just like I know America's not gonna win, but I gotta care.
Now we don't have to
Yeah,
care.
now I don't have to care. Now I can enjoy it as an
The best
outsider.
is like a Fox Sports bought up the rights for like millions and millions and millions of dollars, and now the US isn't even playing.
Whatever.
Yep.
All the other teams were way more fun to watch.
Yeah, we'll have fun. Anyways, that's it for Weekly Weird this week. Check out our other episodes over here. We got we did a live show with Maddox. He has a brand new book out. Check that out. And we also have a brand new episode of Tech News Day. See you guys next time.
Bye.